The Mike North Show every Sunday night at 9 right here on AM 560 WIND. You can watch us daily 30 and 5 video commentaries at 560WIND.com. Our visit with Mike brought to you in part by Altoff Industries, residential heating and cooling at 800-225-2443.
Well, we want to start with our newest member of the Chicago Cubs, Theo Epstein. I mean, they call him the curse breaker. Do you think that's going to work?
Well, he won 2 in Boston. If he wins with the Cubs, guys, he's going to be the greatest front office man ever. The problem is he will not win with the Cubs. In 4 years, he'll be saying, we did the best we could. We hired the right people. Let's remember Theo Epstein and Jeff Hoyer. Let's remember Andy McPhail and Jim Henry. This has been tried already. Andy McPhail came from Minnesota after winning 2 championships, comes to the Cubs, doesn't know which way to turn. He hires a guy named Jim Henry to do the dirty work. You bring in Theo Epstein for $23 million. What's he got Jed Hoyer for as a GM? To bring him coffee? I mean, Theo Epstein's going to make the decisions. So it's the same plan that they use. And Theo Epstein, guys, picked up in the last few years guys like John Lackey, Kyle Crawford, Julio Lugo. His last few years have been horrible. And his last month, manager thrown under the bus, reportedly living in a hotel, estranged from his wife, taking supposedly pills, guys drinking and eating chicken in the clubhouse, not paying attention. They blow one of the biggest leads of all time in September, 9-game lead that they blow. They're out of the playoffs, and yet the Cubs are trying to give him players. I mean, this guy right now is not coming here under the best circumstances. We would have preferred a couple of years back. He's got something to prove, but it's called money ball with money, and the Ricketts got plenty of it. Billy Beane did not have that with Oakland. If he had the money, he would have won a couple championships too.
I heard that he's going to try to get Big Papi in center field for the Cubs. How do you think that'll work?
Hey, you know what? I don't think he wants to see any former Boston Red Sox players, guys. It's going to be interesting, though. He's already a cult hero, which, you know what? It took a lot less time than I thought. They usually wait at least 4 or 5 hours as soon as they heard he might be signed 3 weeks ago. And even the signing has been screwed up. They announced this thing, 2-3 weeks ago? That being said, let's hope things work out, but I don't like the plan of having a guy underneath Theo Epstein that's going to be the fall guy in case something goes wrong. McPhail ended up in Baltimore. Henry's gone, so let's hope everything works out. They still have to do a lot of things to get themselves up because their team is bad.
I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it.
So do you think Mike Quaddy has cleaned out his locker yet?
Yeah, I mean, my God, that poor guy. I mean, why didn't they just, tell him, have the meeting right away? I mean, most teams, look at Terry Francona. How long did that take? I mean, Mike Quaddy is just like a dead man walking, basically. And we're hearing Ryan Sandberg once again. And you don't reach out to Ryan Sandberg to say, hey, you want to come back and be in our minor league system. I mean, after what happened to him, he went somewhere else. He's back in action. He's a Ricketts guy. And my question is, if Theo Epstein doesn't want him, does Ricketts force him on him?
Well, I heard that Epstein had interviewed Sandberg for the Boston Red Sox organization at some point, so they already know each other, and he likes him.
What did he interview him for, though? Did he interview him for like a coach's job or something?
I thought it was some minor league position.
Is Theo Epstein going to give Sandberg? Well, first of all, Sandberg's not a guy they need because they draw $3 million anyway. But you know what? He is a guy that has earned it. He earned his stripes. It's not like on the south side of town where they're going, you've never managed before? You're perfect, Robin Ventura. You've never coached before, Joe McEwing or Mark Perry? You're perfect. So you know what? For that, I give Ryan Sandberg all the credit in the world for going down to the minor leagues, and I hope it works out for him.
Is he good in the minor leagues? I'm not familiar.
Oh, yeah.
He's good.
He's the players respect him. And
sure. He's Ryan Sandberg. And you know what? He's got a little bit of a red ass when he's been thrown out of games. He never used to argue a strike call. Yeah. Now he's been thrown out of games, and I think he had to prove to everybody that he had the mettle to handle tough situations and to go out and fight for his team.
I always wonder about those guys like Sandberg, or I don't know how much money he has, but like Mark McGwire, for crying out loud, why you would sit on the bench. And I understand in the World Series, great, good for him, but why do all that travel and be part of baseball if you saved even a portion of the huge amount of money you made?
You can only play so much golf. You can only hang out so much. I give him credit. He's one of the few. You can't find Rafael Palmeiro. Yeah. You can't find Sammy Sosa. Yeah. Mark McGwire, for some reason, thinks that and I think Tony La Russa felt the same way, come on back, We'll let you hang around the writers, and maybe you'll get into the Hall of Fame. That is never going to happen. He's in the dugout, and quite frankly, I see him in the dugout, I go, let's get back on the field. But he's irrelevant at this point. He really is.
Mike, thanks so much for your insights.
Guys.
Great having you on the program. The Mike North Show, 9 o'clock, Sunday nights, AM 560, WIND, 755.
I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it.